and welcome back to the RSC. It is day 2 of the play-ins, round number 1 to be more precise here. A titan in terms of is on to the pitch. We will get to who that is in a moment, but more importantly, I am joined by a GM and somebody who had the miserable job of actually casting me yesterday as well too. Tavish, how are you?
Well, I'm no longer the GM, I'm the AGM right now. I switched spots with someone else. But, you know, I'm doing pretty good. It's not like yesterday, because then, like I said, I had the pleasure to cast your gameplay. But, Danny, you didn't make it through, but how are you doing yourself today?
Well, delighted for a number of reasons. Campaign over, it means I can focus on other things. I like casting here, and with a matchup like this here, we could talk about statistics, we could do everything else here. We're actually going to skip pretty much all over it as it flashes through your screens, including to the bracket. So, Scorch, Carbo, that is simply the match here. I have a natural somewhat bias being an ex-Scorch man. Grand finalist in ERS, just mentioning that because one of the players on this pitch won the thing in the form of Friday. And being, of course, the AGM here to Carbo, I presume your natural allegiance will go one way here.
And like you said, it's going to be a good matchup here between Carbo and Scorch. Both the 6 seeds from their conference. And a lot of well-known players on both rosters as well. But I think, like you said, I agree, the stats, they can only say so much. The players themselves, they will say the most on the pitch. Because when they're on stream and playing with an audience, then everything is different. Because the nerves will hit you and then you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, that is particularly the nerves is here. I'm just actually going to skip quite literally to my prediction. 3-0 Green Phoenix in the form of Scorch yourself.
Wow, you want to open here with a sweep? No, I'm not a fan of that. I'm going one way at least, the other way around. I'm going to say a 1-3 victory for Carbo. A little bit biased here for myself because I'm supporting my own franchise, but you're also biased, so, you know, it's going to be a good matchup no matter what.
Natural bias, allegiance to teams that has, of course, two sides in terms of franchises we've either played, owned or a part of, friends onto the pitch, and of course former competitors of. The Green Phoenix, will he be burnt into the ashes for the first time in his competitive career? Spooks is into a play-in scenario. Can he actually grab a victory here tonight?
Yeah, that is a very big question, but also for the entire Carbo roster, it is the first time here in the Elite play-in, so a lot of things here for the first time. And Friday are looking for an opportunity to set Nixo up, goes for a quick touch. Shot will not be dangerous whatsoever. Resist doesn't get the perfect touch and drops it into his own net, and just like that.
Just like that, 24 hours ago that you saw some Irish wonder. This is now Norwegian brilliance perhaps here, or shocking bit of defence. This is the Elite, not the prospect here where we saw the champions be crowned only a few days ago. Even days, hours at that point.
Not the best of touches, gives the ball straight to Friday. Wester has to save it, and now try to clear to the other side. As a little bit to work with, almost gets the press one, but Nixo forcing 50 after 50 to keep the pressure on.
There's a real Nixo and Cakes. They're holding hands. Well, very sweet, very delicate. 9-2, not the time for the romantics here. It's Friday. Has to turn on that one due to a Spooks. Soft touch into the corner. There is the Jaguar. Wait, pops it up here. Hasn't been ideal. Spooks move across. It's essentially a 2v2. Will they decide to break it at some point? No, they're respecting it. But how costly will it be for one side?
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one. Because they're all here to play 3v3, and then you have to switch back, and the moment a goal will be scored, you have to switch back to those 3 scenarios. So like you said, you don't know who's going to win this one right now, who's going to adapt the best. But Spooks with a quick shot on target will be saved in the end. It was a close call for Carbo.
Jaguar's there, Spooks with 100, 1v1 or a bump. Friday's chasing, he's hounded, he doesn't have his challenger tier grand finalists and winners to bail him out of that one. He has to rely on himself, and Spooky can't even get that one. 9-2, a slip of bias perhaps coming in. They're holding 1-0.
Doesn't have any boost momentum to pop it up. So Jaguar shot on target will be way too soft. Easy clear for Spooks towards the side. Try to follow up on his touch. Only finding assist in that 50-50 against Jaguar. Now a little bit of an awkward touch for Jaguar, doesn't have to go for it. Oops, pop up to the back and try, but no one tried to follow up Wessel with an easy clear to the
Just in those situations, you take control, and unfortunately, Spooks doesn't have the height nor the reach, and Friday flopping in the background. It's an equaliser, the 2v2. That's finished. This is threes here in the elites.
Friday, not the best of touches there. Was always the shot on the crossbar bouncing, and it's always a little bit awkward because you never know how it's going to bounce. And Carbo, they punished that dearly. Equalize here at 2:21 left on the clock. And now comes the real question, who can adapt the passing back to that 3v3 scenario?
Nico, touch there, not necessarily ideal here for a little bit of, I suppose, insider info. Was warming up before the actual scrim. Guess with who, Touch?
I have no clue. Please enlighten me.
But maybe, you know, the charming, dashing man that may be on your camera. No, that was talking about yourself. It's unfortunately the ugliest and the biggest caster in the RSC history. It would be myself.
Yeah, if you can warm up against a person who won on stream and lost on stream, that's always nice. And you know, you try to compliment yourself. I'll give you credit for that one. But maybe Spooks can compliment himself here with a shot on target, but the touch was just a little bit too awkward.
Compliments being thrown out like roses, but unfortunately who will be smelling off it here as Nico up and around off the wall. Friday just tips it and Spooks is a chase or bravery. He decides to play safe. Wouldn't you in the situation like that? Weasels there, blocked it goes. The youngster from Norway stepping up big time.
Yeah, right now, beautiful touch, gets past one shot on target. Defense nowhere to be found. And an easy touch for Friday gets them back in the lead.
The man that has been described, I believe, at the age of 26 with a walking cane finally gets one in here. The average age is approximately about 21.5, and I'll give it roughly. It just shows you that maybe there is experience in Friday after all.
Yeah, 21.5, man, that's a very low average age here on the field. Yesterday we probably had a higher average, but could also be because of players. And Nick's out here looking for an opportunity, but got shut down by Case.
Yeah, we had Archeon at the age of 111. If you think that may be a typo, no, he really is that old. Even the dinosaurs was even gone by that point. But Spooks, will he be chasing this one down here? My age, well, been around for some time. A sidewall glance here. Weasel into the middle here, 30 odd seconds and under, and it will be a defensive hold required for Scorch.
Case wanted to go for a shot there, didn't have any success. Jaguar tried to get a bump on Spooks. Now Wessel in the corner has Boost to get it past one, doesn't have Boost anymore, still forcing that 50-50 to get it in the middle of the field. Jaguar dropping the ball in the middle of the field, next doesn't make contact. Spooks try to follow up, taking full control there, gets a flick into the middle. Wessel tries to keep it up, but time is out for Carbo, and Scorch will take game number one.
Wait, that's really good right now, doesn't it?
It does look really good.
That's all the analysis done for me.
You know, I get it. Sometimes doing the full analysis is a little bit difficult, but at least one thing that wasn't difficult was the flow of this game, because it just went back and forth, and both teams were really matched against each other the entire time. There were some moments where it was like maybe one of the two can take the upper hand, but then there were some beautiful saves, a lot of shots here on the target on both sides, and in the end Scorch managed to break with just some easy touches, and Carbo a lot of overcommitting from time to time, but they still kept it close.
Certainly did, and what was a key part of, mind you, of Scorch's success there in the first game was a defensive howler. Nobody at the back lines allowed Friday to tap it in here. And this is not to be cruel to Friday, but he's not an outstanding player. He's very much vanilla, basic, and he's just doing what he has to do here. And if he does it well, Scorch has every chance to succeed.
Yeah, why go up in different flavors and make it something special when the basics can be just enough? And it comes down to Friday, like you said. Maybe he's not mechanical, but he does know how to do the basics. And let's see if he can do it here in game number 2 as well.
There he is, up and down. And there was a sense of maybe Scorch is looking to pounce quite literally on the Jagger. There's Spooks up and around, force 50. And unfortunately, just like that, the pace of the game already dies down for a few seconds.
Yeah, try to get that one. Losing against Cake. Jaguar immediately pushing that ball, doesn't make contact at any point. And now it's Spooks on the other side. Tried to catch a little bit of double commit there from the Carbo players, and Friday jumps for it, doesn't make contact. Nixo now looking for an opportunity, and keeps it in that corner. No real opportunity to put it on a dangerous spot.
Kicks. Pass, unfortunately, everybody else would sacrifice the line here. Nico with one touch here and moves across here. Force into the ball, into the halfway line, top all the way up here. There's Friday, pass one. There is somebody at the back lines. It is Jaguar himself. Spooks will get a very loose touch here to hopefully somebody to play off it, but it is eventually lost in terms of an attacking opportunity.
Yeah, right now from the wall onto the ceiling. No boost to work with, but it was a good opportunity. No one from the team able to follow up. Nixon now touch to the side. Will save that shot. Spooks up against Wessel. Will beat him. Open net on the other side. Nixo punishes.
That's the first time I think Spooks has passed in a competitive match. Needed to do so for that goal to move into it, but I'm just going to be harsh here. This is the tier I've been playing in. Diabolical defending here from Carbo.
Yeah, you heard it here from the man who likes to complain a little bit and roast you if you can. And Carbo
a little bit, all the time, Tavish.
And Carbo definitely here being the good victim that they are. And Scorch, they're playing really well to punish every opportunity.
Good victim, that's the first time I've ever heard it being described as that tier.
Oh, it's a good victim for you, so in that case, it is a good victim.
Who's going to be hunted and preyed in this one here? Unfortunately, there is the target on Carbo. Unfortunately for them, they decide to play Spooks. Unfortunately, if you knew half the season, I was hoping he was going to get beaten in field playoffs. But hey, it just shows you what happens.
Either way, they made it here.
Spooks or the Nico just one touch here, and to talk about Scorch's temporary moment, they were basically tied on games, roughly 32 or 34 off the top of my head. Went 4-4 and with Prophecy themselves and only got through 16-15 on the rule of goal difference. It just shows you how tight the confidence itself was. Of course, the roster took a wee bit of a change here as that one lose. And Jaguar, with a chance to equalise the game here, has bottled it here. And Tavish is moving right there with his face shaking down, moving it round here. If only he could say certain words on broadcast, we might actually have a truthful sentence from the casting crew.
Yeah, you definitely put me there in the spotlight, and my AGM heart is breaking here a little bit. But Jaguar, that was a good opportunity in the end. Just jumped a little bit too late, and now here missing the ball. Friday try to pinch it in front of that Carbo net. Wessel keeps it close to the wall, looking for an opportunity. Book not the best touch, but able to follow up on his own touch all the way into that Carbo side.
Jaguar, Nico, Friday. 1-2, back wall, and there will be a second attempt shot at the keeper. Spooks got to make this an awkward touch here. It has gone back to Reese himself here. Spooks, that's a bit of defending here from the man. Tips all the way up here. Cakes, unfortunately, pads that one. Down it goes. There is options. Loose ball, big, and Spooks have got away with one potentially there.
Yeah, Wessel now in the corner up against Spooks. Spooks winning the 50-50 with his dominance. This here looking for an option with the ball. Cakes, a little bit of an awkward spot, but puts just a little bit of a touch on that ball, then it will go above target. And now Wessel again against Spooks in that other corner, looking for option, but Spooks just a little bit too strong. Gets an in-full pass, but resist will deny the opportunity.
Touch, no touches. Spooks to the back wall once more, and Friday, he's very good at hitting the crossbar. It's a shame he couldn't do it in the grand final a few weeks ago, but in a big match like that, that's had to go.
Resist losing against Friday. Book back pass to Nixo. No real follow-up there, and Cakes demoing that final player. Jaguar here looking for the infield pass. Two defenders for Scorch are just waiting in net. Jaguar here with an opportunity on target, no real accuracy there, it goes wide, Cage jumps early, and now it is an opportunity here for Scorch on the other side to get that second goal.
Potentially, but of course their car was hoping they will grab one here. Ball still loosely kept up here. There is a 3v1, and I've just seen, and I do apologise here for anybody new to RC who's never heard me before, but that was pathetic. That was shameful. That was absolutely one of the most despicable ideas I've ever seen, and the execution of it was horrible. If you're a Scorch fan, delightful to see. I blame the AGM for that.
Yeah, it was not the way. It was a backflip. It could have been an opportunity for Carbo at least to get an offense moment in that final time after the 0 seconds, but they were not lucky. And now Scorch triple match point here to make it through, and for Carbo a lot of work here that they have to do, a lot of things they have to change to even get a chance against Scorch.
Of interest, does Carbo have a financial fund handy?
No, they don't.
No, that's a shame. A bus fare or taxi would have been really useful right now. Worth maybe ordering here. 3-0 sweep could be on the cards here, and frankly, the way they've been playing it, they deserve it.
Yeah, Scorch definitely playing really good and like a full team here, showing everyone what they're made of. But it's not done yet. Every game is still close to that 1 goal deficit between the two. And if you look at Scorch, there are probably moments where they can be a little bit more aggressive, get an extra goal so they have that big cushion. But as long as Carbo is not really putting on the normal offense that they did throughout league play, then there is no real need to get a bigger cushion than 1, maybe 2.
Well, the difference, of course, between league play and the knockout stages, so if you happen to get 3 wins, you don't have to worry about the individual games. It's the result and result only, and Spooks prefers that format. Friday prefers that format. Nico in his first ever true season on a team here. This is big for him. This needs to be a potential sweep here, or a 3-1 as you predicted. Not in the right way, of course, for Scorch. Just shows you what it would do for the entire campaign after one. They went through, and it is Friday who puts one in.
Yeah, Westler tried to get the ball into the middle, and after that ceiling touch, it was just way too awkward for him. Friday, easy follow-up, puts it straight underneath the crossbar above Jaguar. And just like that, within the first minute, Scorch again opening the scoreline.
Oh no! Scorch scores again. Leaves. Well, our broadcaster here, of course, the GM Stingray, surely must be smiling here, quite happy about in the broadcast many a times with him, and unfortunately they've been on the losing side.
Yeah, Jaguar now from one of the boost. Wessel able to follow up. Let's get a shot on target. Leaves the ball for Jaguar. Beautiful fake here in front of target, and a quick answer from Carbo.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking bit of defending. One went, one missed, and the other one stood there watching. Are they watching my gameplay? Did they not learn anything from yesterday?
Oh, if they watch your gameplay, then we're gonna see a game 5 or see 4 games, 1 of the 2, depending on which series they watch.
Well, ideally the one where I won.
Yeah. Then we're in for 5 games, so strap in, because we're there games of this gameplay and I'm ready for you.
Are you ready? Are you sitting there watching? Unfortunately, Spooks was too busy watching probably TikTok or whatever was on his phone. Should have been paying where the ball was, and no attention to detail.
And for the first time this series, Carbo take the lead. Still more than enough time here in this game for Scorch to bounce back, to take that lead, to get, first of all, obviously get that equalizer. But we know they can do it, it's just will they do it here in this game 2-3?
Mighty question. One save, boots away by Spooks himself. He's going to be furious with himself, but he has to keep a calm head here. Another touch Friday moves, of course, from the Norwegian youngster, the superstar, the super sub who has saved Green Phoenix's season. Everybody in that roster knows it here, and that ball's been left bump onto the keeper perhaps. He moves into it, Spook saves and lives another day wide open, and Carbo has a wide open net here for a 3-1 scoreline, and they fail to convert.
Yeah, Wessel looking for an opportunity, pops it up, didn't have boost, and now resist. Not the best of touches, drops it straight back to Nixo. Spooks gets that assist, also demoed that final player, and that is just an easy equalizer.
Say that again, please.
I'd rather not.
Well, he'd rather not here. Yes, it was an equaliser, and it's just something that Carbo has failed to do in 2 games. They will potentially, ideally, like to score here to put Scorch under the back foot here, but the question is, can they?
It's going to be a difficult one, because so far, every time Scorch in the offense, they're kind of changing up their offense. They're never doing the exact same. First it's a team play, then it's just a solo play, then it's just bang and a follow-up. Demos, they're using everything at their arsenal to make it difficult for Carbo, and it's working to the maximum effect.
They're going to have to find something past 100% here. It is not good enough. This is the knockout stage play-ins. It is go home or win. Either that, those are the 2 options. As Weeze is there, 1 touch here. Jaguars should get their first, should be goal number, and make Tavi smile. Scorch trails by 3-2 with 2 minutes and under, and maybe this perfect idea of a sweep looks gone.
Yeah, Wessel gets it underneath one. Spooks was just a little bit too far back, and then it's an easy shot there for Jaguar to follow up on. And like you said, they know 3-2, under 2 minutes left. Wessel up into the air, trying to get it past one. Spooks denies, get a second touch to the side, and Nixo immediate follow-up. Now Nixo in the air, flip through set to work, but try to get it past one, does get it past one. Wessel clears it to the side.
Nixo 1 touch, Spooks forced the 50. Space here now for Scorch to play with it. They haven't gone on to Friday. Oh, is that a touch that will be kind? No, it's not. Leaves the boost here for him. Spooks rotates his 3rd man here as he will be called into action. It will be up to the halfway line at least here on Friday. Moves across here, so it looks like Scorch naturally playing with a deep 3rd man role. And once again here, Tavish is annoyed. He's furious. His team is leading. Surely things could get better, but no, he's not happy.
No, it's not that. It's just when you think, oh, it's going to be a close match the entire time, then obviously the rule 1 happens, the 2v2 kicks in, and now it's again who can adapt the best to this scenario. Because now they played for over 10 minutes of 3v3, and now they have to switch back to that 2v2 scenario. Jaguar here looking for an option, wins the 50. Again, Nixo, it's Spooks waiting for that ball, looking to get it past one, does get bumped a little bit, and Wessel has to clear it all the way into the other side.
30 seconds and under in this 2v2 format. He's playing at one point against 1900s. He's playing against Jaguar. Spooks with a save required. A follow-up needs to be there. And that's a loose touch. It's inviting a free shot. Posting down. Is there a read? Carbo hasn't read much this season so far. Never mind the series. They bottled that one, but they've got the lead. Pushes into the corner. Bump here. Spooks not a shot. Nico can't get one either. The sweep is gone. The sweep is gone. But the series had stopped. Surely Carbo doesn't reverse sweep this, do they?
Well, only time will tell. And obviously, you know, we're on different sides here. I have to support my own franchise here, and Wessel on the roster of Carbo is also someone I truly support. And obviously, you have to support Spooks.
Oh, no, hold on here. Who
Okay,
says
okay.
I have to support Spooks here?
Okay, wait. You are supporting Spooks here. Maybe
Hold on.
not for the same reason as I am supporting my own team, but you are.
Hold on. The people in RSC listening live, maybe of course on YouTube, am I supporting Spooks here? Am I? Really?
Well, let's be honest. If you can cast him 1 series or 2 series, you prefer the 2, because then there's more you can say.
Well, there's plenty more I could say. And of course, if they get into it, perhaps maybe on Sunday. That is, of course, when the elites play themselves, and they could be playing at the lower round one officially in terms of the playoffs. Of course, rival tomorrow too. So plenty of action happening here. But more importantly, Game 4 is just moments away.
Yeah, Game 4. An opportunity for Scorch to close the series here and continue into that second round. And a good opportunity for Carbo to see if they have the momentum now in their favor to force that dreaded game number 5.
Oh no, Game 5. Who would love to be in a situation like that when you need to win? Well, I would know. Tavish, would you know?
No, I don't know, but at least the casters would like it because it's boring to talk
No.
about.
No, I don't want it. Less is more sometimes.
It depends on the series, I think.
Yeah, I heard the prospect game was very good.
Yeah, the prospect game was really good. Reverse sweep. It's in 8 games in total. So good cast, good series.
That all?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. How's the weather?
Yeah, it's kind of dark. I can't see it. How's the weather in your place?
I don't have a window, so I can't tell you. Yes, it's called a house.
I can't argue with that.
Now we focus on to this potentially very important Game 4.
Well, Spooks there definitely wants to focus on his banger off a player to the other side. Jaguar with the save, and it was a good opportunity already for Scorch to get that opening goal because the defense from Carbo was a little bit lacking.
Spooks up into the air here while we maybe debating whether they have windows. Will he save the day here? Can he maybe eat the apple itself here? Double commit here by Scorched. The Green Phoenix, who have been, I wouldn't say an outstanding season by the organisation themselves, but they had fair results throughout. The Spooks chases that one back, and the youngster has made a mistake. The youngster cannot defend.
Yeah, Wessel here goes for the 50. Spooks misread that completely, and then Nixer, a little bit of an awkward moment there. Cakes puts it perfectly behind him, and I think for the first time in this series, Carbo score first.
No, it's the second one. Yeah, they left Game 3. They made a big deal of it.
I mean score first, not take lead.
Yeah, did not score first in the third game, or was I watching something else?
I think you were watching something else.
Yeah, I must have been watching the perfect sweep happening with Spooks Friday and that there.
Yeah, sadly that didn't happen, and now another goal for Carbo. Resist Jaguar taking control. Cakes follows up, and just like that, after 2 minutes, they are up 2-0.
I normally don't often break into song. Under pressure, looking down on you.
Yeah, the pressure is definitely here on Scorch, as they are kind of struggling to break out. Where they were so dominant in game number 1 and 2, in game 3 they were close, but here in game 4 they are definitely not having their momentum. They have to adjust something, and they have to do it fast, otherwise it's gonna be that dreaded game 5 that no one of these players really wants to go to.
Oh, I don't mind Game 5s. I enjoy the pressure itself. It's Friday. Been there plenty of times in many competition. He's now popped that one. Tries to see it through. Spooks again, cannot stress enough. First time in this scenario for himself, Nico himself, first season of RSC. Very good player, very talented. Unfortunately, one mistake here might define Game 4, and they need to grab the goal. We cannot stress this enough here. He will take the ball himself here, but gives possession away. And Spooks and Friday, Spooks and Friday, sort it out.
Wessel here is looking for a drop-down pass, only finds Friday on the receiving end of it. He still gets it past Cake. Wessel on the wall has to win that 50, does so, but immediate follow from Spooks towards the backboard. Friday already up, quick shot on target, puts it just above the defense, and there's the answer from Scorch.
It's that there. One went boost from the respawn, one went back, tripped himself up earlier, bumped and made an absolute Orlick's off it. And they get away with it. They grab a goal here. Maybe the green is truly rubbing the right way, and the Phoenix hasn't been burnt yet, but we have seen Ice play earlier, and it didn't go too well for them.
Yeah, no, Cage banger up there all the way into the other side, looking for the double, doesn't have boost work. Wessel follow up, shoots too high. Red Jaguar tried as well, but had to back up because Friday was there, able to clear it. Nixo now looking for that pass into the middle, only finds Jaguar on the receiving end, still up for the double, does find the double just before Spooks, and there is the 2-goal cushion yet again.
3 seconds. People can't see it, but Tavish can. That's what Spooks was doing, fixing his hair, sorting it out, making himself look pretty for the camera. Oh look! Oh! Surely I've got to defend it, surely I've got to jump for it. He has a green title, gentlemen, ladies, meant to be an analyst. Couldn't defend that one, and it has got the top 4 in APAC as a coach. But bottling it in the matter as a player in the play-ins itself, 1 minute is not enough here to grab 2 goals, surely.
Well, you say that, but we've seen it before in the play-ins and playoff stages of this season, that there have been leads of 2 goals that have been cut down to 0, or just not even an edge. I want to say a minus, but I don't think that's really possible for them. But at least leads have crumbled fastly here in the play-in and playoff stages so far. So why can't they do it here?
Well, there's a shot on target, Kicks. Posting down, ricochets, perhaps awkward for one here. Nico with 1 touch here, hasn't been ideal. There is Friday, Spooks, awkward touch here. 10 odd seconds to boom it on down here. The nasty word that some players fear, dread in scenario of survival. Game 5 decider coming on your screens here.
Yeah, the game 5. Whereas first, I have to say, I was saying the same thing as you, was at least thinking it. We might actually see a sweep the way Scorch was playing, but in game number 3 Carbo turned it around. It was difficult for them, but they managed to do it. Game number 4, the first kind of dominant winner with that 2-goal cushion in favor of them. And now game number 5, Scorch have to change something in their playstyle, and Carbo, they're gonna feel a lot of pressure.
I love moments like this. Especially when I know some of the players on the pitch here. Because I know when they're going to listen back to this, it's not going to be an easy listening. But for your sake, this is pressure. We understand, we've been here before as their players, caster, coach, viewers and two. Purely in the first minute here, Tavish, nobody will make a mistake. They'll play safe, they'll play smart. Why do I feel like a kickoff will going to happen in the first 12 seconds?
Because you never know what's going to happen in a game 5 scenario. Same as that game 5 and then you go into an overtime. The first couple seconds of that game will either be very well structured and full of control, or it's utter chaos as everyone is just jumping for it, hoping for the best. And then you're gonna see one of those random goals that no one wants to receive.
Intensely so. Championship Field is our venue. Game 5. Play-ins, round 1 at the lower side of the bracket here. Champion of ERS of the champion tier sits here of Fort Templar here under Green Phoenix, is potentially being knocked out for the 2nd consecutive time in his career at this moment, twice in a row. That would hurt the 2 youngsters of that league, veterans and of course the newcomers. Can they maybe hold for Scorch's Cakes? Sits at the back line watching here. Unfortunately, Scorch themselves weave themselves away from the ball as Jagger goes for the bump, and that is absolutely unacceptable, but Cakes get away with it.
Yeah, that was a disastrous moment for Carbo in the middle of the field. Lucky for them, the ball rolled just slowly enough that Cakes could get a touch. Boots now losing against Wessel on the 50-50, but Nixo able to clear. Boots pinched it with Wessel all the way into the other side. Wessel returns just in time to keep the control and get it towards the middle of the field. And already it's a little bit scrappy here, but no goals in the first minute.
That's what you need to have it. Composure, find the info, and maybe spot the weakness. Both sides have been guilty of leaving a massive vulnerability in the defensive capabilities. Friday with his walking cane using it in the wall here, but not able to slice it. Spooks making this awkward. Very much so. Friday, the oldest player on this current pitch by my knowledge here, has to go very much quick to turn around here. And the youngster downfield here, backboard, Spooks potentially bumped here. Friday is up, and again, Scorch lives another day.
Yeah, Nixon winning the 50 there against Cage on the backboard, winning that first goal. And I wanted to say this was beautiful play. This was just a 50-50, and Jaguar just not the good player. Nixon, beautiful touch there. And just like that, you have your first goal in game number 5.
Will it be the last and only goal in this game 5? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that these two sides will be content or even not capable of scoring here. The Spooks, well, he's making them this awkward for himself, but more importantly, the opposition. Worse so as Wings with one touch. Friday and Spooks, well, they back away this time here, one into the middle, and this is a deep line third man rotation, so that requires a cut, and this here now by Carbo, they have to hit on the counter.
Case bangs it forward. Now from the wall, looking for that into pass ball, slowly floating, but it's an easy touch for Friday toward Nixo, who clears it into that back right corner for Carbo. He's able to follow up, looking again for that infield pass opportunity. A little bit of an opportunity there, but Jaguar realized he was never gonna beat that final defending player on the score side.
Forces mind you on the attack, and one bump. This is getting nervous. Carbo panicking. Friday soft touch 1-2. Unfortunately, the second not beaten. Spooks is hovering around, covered by Nico. One more touch here. Downfield buying. Kicks rotates for the full boost, and they're inviting Green Phoenix. They're inviting the pressure. That is surely the thing they're trying to avoid most here. Taking the possession surely is something they want here.
Carbo, like you said, are inviting everyone over to their side. Please stay here. But for them, it is now do or die. 150 left on the clock. They need to get a goal, or at least get the momentum in their favor, so then they have something to build on. Because so far, it's been Scorch all around.
Friday's up, Scorch is up. It's a triple commit. And that one will follow on in. And Roy Tavish is looking up to God himself and saying, thank you for answering my prayers. And Luca, who our broadcaster, looks at the devil and says, come on, one more sin is surely too many here. And with everybody's watching as well, Frank the Goat has made himself a potential target. Everybody who's trying to defeat him and beat him, and Alexa Spooks was on the likes of Twitter making the comments and saying, we're going to take you, beat you, and they get a kickoff goal. Is this side even capable of making the playoffs itself?
Well, there you have your kickoff goal. It was not in the first 12 seconds, but it's at least after one of the goals. And now here, Jaguar, they looking for an opportunity. Carver, they finally had their answer, and now they have to start all over again, and there's not that much time left.
70 odd seconds, one demo in the back lanes. Pops it up here. Carbo, who has struggled to get the game tied up on their own terms. Scorch has done it a few times already this series alone. But mind you, means nothing in game 5. Friday with one touch. Excellent in terms of the delivery, but not able to finish off. And Jaguar with a wasteful touch there. And Tavish there scoffs.
Yeah, Wessel now in the corner. Trying to get past one, doesn't have the right touch. And now Friday pinches it a little bit back to his own side. Scoops leaves it for Nixon. Nixon gets removed for his effort. Now Cage looking for the infield pass. Tries to take control. Pinches it a little bit. Jaguar popping it up to Wessel. Wessel popping it towards the wall. Friday follows up. No one able from Carver to follow up, and it's a final 20 seconds slowly ticking away.
Spooks, back wall, time is being wasted. Demo, downfield, there's nobody at the back lines. Carver with the free body. That demo works in the advantage of Scorch. The Green Phoenix are holding on here. Friday, no double commit. Sorry, a double commit here. The Analyst bottles, but he gets it on the ground. And for the first time in his competitive career, he has won in the playoff. Sorry, a play-ins match. He hasn't done it that well yet. It's Green Phoenix moving on.
Yeah, it is Scorch denying the reverse sweep here. And maybe it was Spooks slowly following your footsteps, winning that first series in play-ins in that game number 5.
Well, he potentially might beat the old man here. If he wins his next series, he's outdone me. Congratulations, you beat the retired player, Spooks. Well done. Can you do it against maybe somebody who has a big voice in the socials?
Yeah, that is going to be a interesting one. But man, what a series to kick off the night with. It was a banger in the end in a game number 5. The first 2 really close, then 3 and 4 not that much, and then here in the end, a couple mistakes here and there, but it was back and forth no matter what.
Back and forth, that is simply the scenario here, and I'm actually going to be cheeky here while the MVP, I presume it will be popping up shortly on your screens here. I'm going to ask you, was that what you expected as an opening game here?
I did not. I expected a little bit more of domination from one of the two sides. And like you said, we have the series MVP. It's going to be Nixo here with 1,600 points, 10 shots, only 4 goals in the end. So he did a lot of work here throughout this entire series. And man, like I said, I didn't expect this to be a game 5. Did you expect it at any point, Danny?
Truthfully, yes. Because I know how very good certain sides aren't capable of closing games out. But I like a 3-0. I wanted to see something special happening. We got treated to game 5. But mind you, Thomas, very little else to say here, but there is 2 more games tonight here. And I'm going to throw you under the bus before you leave. Scorch or Rooks, who takes it?
I'm going to say Rooks.
And just like that there, Tavish has made himself an enemy.
torches ablaze. You can't wait to turn the world against me. I better watch what I say before you tarnish my name. You won't stop until you've got my tongue tied with lies. You've got my tongue tied. You've got both hands on me, your death grip tightening, showing no mercy or understanding. Waiting at every turn, trying to dig up the dirt. This is not what I deserve. Is it fun to watch me burn? Following me in a hurt, haunting my words like a curse. This is not what I deserve. Is it fun to watch me burn? I better watch what I say with pitchforks and torches ablaze. You can't wait to turn the world against me. I better watch what I say before you tarnish my name. You won't stop until you've got my tongue tied with lies. You've got my tongue tied with lies. You've got my tongue You've got both ears on me, constantly analyzing, waiting for me to misspeak through selective hearing. I better watch what I say with pitchforks and torches ablaze. You can't wait to turn the world against me. I better watch what I say before you tarnish my name. You won't stop until you've got my tongue tied with lies. You've got my tongue tied. Whoa, whoa, I won't bend the knee. Whoa, whoa, I won't bend the knee. There's more of us than you think, quicker than you can blink. Your most loyal will turn against you. It's in the water we drink, poison in the spring, but we'll take back all the power. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee.
joined by a fellow grand finalist here tonight from the Challenger tier. It is, of course, the Sir himself, Pegasus. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you for that introduction. Calling me a finalist. Obviously, we will not talk about how that final ended, but Danny, we're in a higher tier. We've got better competition than any teams I played against, and we've got a team that holds series fairly close, I think it's fair to say.
Certainly so, and I'm not going to bother much on going over, which is the bracket, which is on your screens. You will see the player stats, the team stats, respectively, going across there. I'm actually going to be very quick tonight here, and I'm going to put you on the spot here. Rooks, Scorch, already quick to the prediction.
Wow, straight into this. Look, Scorch are a team that have held games pretty closely, as we saw earlier. They got a 3-2 win against Carbo, and they only made it to play-ins due to a 1-goal differential. And I think they're going to hold another close game. Again, it's going to go to game 5 since Friday sunning. They've been on quite excellent form. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the run. I'm going to say it's going to continue. They're going to make playoffs 3-2 Scorch.
Well, I would agree with that, and with the statistics, I would say really doesn't matter at this point. This is the play-in side of things. The players have got the cue. You've got our predictions. There is one last thing to do, and that is see the gameplay. Who is going to make it to Championship Sunday for the elite tier? It is, of course, Scorch. That normally would be traditionally on the orange side of things here, but they will be holding goal. But a man who gets the nickname of GOAT, well, it's not Friday, of course, the champion of ERS of the Challenger tier. He has bottled a defensive job, and it will be 1-0 to the Rooks themselves.
Well, it's a goal as fast as our intros, 3 seconds into the game, and we immediately get ourselves a goal. Scorch, forced to respond. We're a team that know how to fight from behind. Can they pull out a masterclass again? It's going to be an uphill battle, and Friday has been the player to push this team up the hill. It might be even harder if Spooks doesn't get this stage. That's okay, went for the individual effort. Clean stop from Spooks, but the pressure doesn't seem to be over.
It is a Green Phoenix match, of course. Naskin himself, of course, was captain alongside myself. Eventually left to focus on RSC to potentially go and maybe win it. Friday sits there. He gets the mistake, and you're right to point them out. He will be the difference maker off this Green Phoenix to Scorch here if they're going to go far here, off the wall here. Spooks back the way, fakes it, tries to pop it infield pass, but there is not enough space here. Friday to go for it here, and there is maybe hesitation on who goes for it. Spooks eventually grabs it. A minute gone by, they trail by 1, but they're still on the attack counting here. Spooks makes the one a little bit awkward. 50 by Friday. You can hear the oohs and ahs here, but unfortunately not the goal celebration as this ball goes straight field.
And it was a lot of pressure. The third man always positioned well to get close clearances, keep the ball in the opposing half, but that's not what matters. You can have all the shots in the world. If they don't go to the back of the net, you remain behind, and Rooks trying to get a second. Friday has to make it clear. It's still in danger. Like so, however, straight 50 doesn't do enough to rid all the pressure, and pressure seems to be the word of this match so far. Both teams doing well to keep the ball into the opposing half for long periods of time.
Friday, no Thunder Boots pick up there. It will be purely gobbled up. It has been by Spooks here. The defense of Rooks here. Nobody decided to challenge this one here as Scorch may have been called out lacking earlier. That's goal number 2 here.
Just found that little gap. They've been not very common so far, but Sasuke, he's Friday with the front post, committing all too low. Gonna place it high, it's an open top half of the net, and 2-0 is now the scoreline. Scorch look like they could bring this back, but the task just gets harder and harder for them. And it's just been dribbled. Aiko cleaning up from a crossbar hit that you thought he was going to the back of the net.
Can you put Rooks with a 1 on it? Save yourself 2 minutes waiting here.
Scorch have got even more work to do. They've done well here. Rooks taken most of these opportunities when they have come, kept the balls forward, and I'll say the last minute and a half has been very much in that Scorch favour. They've slowed down just about a little bit. Rooks finding that next gear, which is going to make it even harder for Scorch to keep on going. Friday make some forward progress with the ball. Ico waiting on the backboard and manages to do well to track that ball. Spooks is waiting third. I think Friday wanted a bump. The goal was still open and Scorch scored their first goal of the entire series.
It was a bump onto Dan. Exactly how they got on to it. Demos at one point, Spooks was in the top 10 within his respective tier here, and on his ERS team, the entirety alongside Callum Bryn was respectively one of the most heavy-handed teams here, but they played very well, very solid here. The other pros make playoffs here. They're trying to do it with this particular lineup here with one very experienced player who's for the first time breaks the streak and maybe could go further, and that's Friday. He's onto the ball here, and the youngster himself not able to defend, not able to get to the ball. Surely is it his fault? Not. That's up for you to debate.
There's 2 minutes left in this game. You want to say that there's a chance to Scorch, but
There's
every bit of hope just gets shut down way too quickly from Richmond. I'll have to agree with you here, Danny. There's like 2 minutes left on the scoreline. I feel like it's more likely to be widened than closed by a very, very impressive Brooks roster.
At this point here, you just simply go next. That is simply it.
Gotta do a bit of game management. It's not a best of 1, it's a best of 5. You're gonna play for that next game now. Maybe try and build a bit of momentum, calm down a little bit, just reset. If I was the captain, I'd be saying, look, it's 0-0 now. Like, it's a new game. You can't overexert yourself. You can't make too many risks. You don't want to break your tempo.
At this point here, I'd be saying get the inhaler around too much.
Trying to get a bit of consolation. It's a good infield pass. It's an even better save by Dan, and Ico getting a demo, trying to open up his defense just a little bit more. He's back onto the ball. They're trying to make it 5. It's unrelenting and it's merciless from Brooks this entire game.
Where one goes wide, the remaining time here, both sides is somewhat on a neutral understanding, know that the game is done here, and the way it's being approached here, not a fan of it. Yes, you can say constellation, yes, you can talk about momentum, you can talk about the lack of control at times here, but either way of it, this game was done at 2-1, near enough 3-1 here. Scorch has to come out in game 2 and grab the opening goal.
I think it's quite a worrying position for Scorch to be in. They, if anything, have lost this game from the first few minutes when they looked that bit stronger. And, well, just as I say that, we didn't get a goal from Fridays. I was just about to compliment Brooks for not looking complacent. And I think complacency is the reason they conceded. Just in the air, found their pass, their second goal, which will sadly result in nothing.
Well, that's one of the situations where you just look at, you go, all right, I grabbed it, but at what value or what cost is it Pegasus here? But, well, we might see.
Hold on, Danny, is there a chance? 4 seconds left. I've seen kickoff goals come in few at time. It's that right wall again. Nitso tried to put it in the middle. I think it was intending to be a pass to Spooks. He doesn't get a touch on the ball, maybe a fake, but like we said, opportunity here to score. If they win this 50-50 in the favour of Spooks, a strong 50 could prove so important. I think Dan is going to look to slam this on the floor, waste no time, get us straight into game number 2.
This is the elite tier, isn't it?
Well, I think that says it all, but I'm going to ask for more details. What did you think of that starting performance?
I think the starting performance in terms of Scorch was not acceptable in any shape or form here. The fact that you allow that many goals here, yes, you're being put under pressure, but it was dealable. You can actually get away with a lot there. The fact that Roots allowed that to even occur in the first place, no. Both sides there needs to waken up. There is a reason why some sides have to play from the lower side and try to go as far as they can here. Both sides respectively showing that do they deserve their spots here. And so far here, if you want me to be brutally honest, no, both of them don't right now.
Well, you mustn't forget, the short term is they win this, they go to playoffs, but in that playoff first round, they'll have to play either Renai or Vanguards, and with what I'm seeing so far, I don't think either team really has much of a shot against them. But there's plenty more Rocket League to be played, and I'm waiting to be impressed here in game number 2.
They'll be waiting for some time, Pegasus. I've been knocked out, and all hope went from that moment there.
Well, we'll see what these two teams have to say about that. It's a demo straight off the back from Spooks, who gets a little bit of revenge landed on them from Ico. Had an opportunity to put the ball in the middle. Gets a miss here. Dan on the corner, Spooks clearing it out, and Ico now alone in defense. There's two Scorched players here trying to lead the attack. Nothing so far in the first 30 seconds. Another miss in the corner, and a bit of a chaotic start here. Both teams who you think hadn't already played 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think Spooks' natural car selection might just be going against him there. If it gets any worse here, we'll only see the natural change to the Octane, but if you're doing that in this type of matchup, you've already lost the battle, never mind the war. Spooks this time will have a chance to make redemption. He gets the clear downfield. Options, of course, is Friday. He will go for a soft, good 50, but it'll keep his pressure up here. But a 3-man double could be ideal here, but Snats with one touch here forces the pass, not ideal. And Dan's, well, he's played that well, shot that far wide.
It's just way too high. I think lost a bit of discipline there. Just focused on hitting the ball instead of where to hit it. They're punished with a 0-0 scoreline. Right now, something once again, not the best touches. I think at times these players are in the right positions. They're going up the connections, but it's not enough. The elite here, these players are fairly decent mechanically, I would say. I think they need a lot yet to be shown.
Spooks, Neko with one there. Neko will move across here. You talk about the mechanics. Well, the MVP of the last series, Neko, who is very talented but hasn't been able to display any of it. Will be a defensive save. Freddy has went for the boost deal here, forced into a 50, into middle, into a shot. Should be a scoring position there. Blasted high by the one who I was giving compliments, and you wonder why it stopped sometimes.
I feel like Spooks was showing a lot of promise there. It was 250s, well directed to teammates who didn't do too much with it. Not enough. Brooks once again on the attack. Nixo cleans it well up the waterfall, unable to follow this one. Ico getting the touch. Friday with a bit of space. Doesn't get the touch wanted, and that's an important miss from Spooks. He now finds himself in the middle, in the danger. Leaves it to the teammates to try and pick up the pieces.
Unfortunately, the lack of experience in terms of playing gets into you. As much as that one goes on in here, has my eyes been deceived in that moment of play here? And frankly, yes it has been. Yes it has been, Pegasus.
Oh, Ico's just been caught a bit too forward. The ball flies over his head, and it's a nice and open net. I mean, if a goal had to come from a mistake or a great play, I think from Scorch, you would have to say that. So far, we haven't seen too much from here. I think Spooks has been their greatest player offensively, but it's been more creation than actually putting the ball in the back of the net. Nixo even got a bit lucky with Ico. Just that bit too far forward. Sasaki though, trying to give us that mechanical effort, which we've both been hyping up throughout the series. It doesn't quite manage to fit on target. Now they're forced back into a defense that's fairly end-to-end in the last 30 seconds or so.
Neko, who could have had a potential goal and opportunity, has failed to convert, which is surprising. Was hyped up here, all Scorched on the same side here. It'd be almost stacked here. It would be an easy popped over here, but Spooks with a shot here, and it's one of those ones. And it's not even a lack of, even if you had the power, Pegasus here, you know the keeper should be likely to get the save here. That is unfortunately just smashing it and hoping that the defense will just fortunately crumble.
That beam here, we saw some opportunities even from Grips that maybe they should have put away if they thought about their touches just that little bit more. It's a demo pass, hopefully trying to create that little bit of pressure for Scorch, but no one on the end of it. Now they're back into their own half. That touch finds his way into the middle. Aiko trying to keep it in danger. Had an opportunity maybe to go for the angled shot, doesn't get it. Now low boost, just has to bang it high. Aiko wants to play it back in the middle. Sees an option there with Dan, who comes flying in. It's a shot in the back left, and Nixo was just ready.
I think actually it was going wide there, but either way, the potential threat was still developing there. Drop ball into the middle, Spooks and Spawn here, and the old-fashioned Brian Clough method, just boot it up and argue about it later type approach. That's what happened there. 10 odd seconds for Scorch to grab a second game. And this series, of course, will be 1-1 more importantly, and that's the key bit of stab. No, has he? No, he hasn't. And the youngster from Norway, the super sub for, of course, Green Phoenix, got the save. More games required. We are now guaranteed game 4, and unfortunately, Pegasus, at this stage here, I was bowing out. Can, of course, these two potentially find their victory?
Well, it's a 1-0. Scorch managed to respond in a game that was a lot lower scoring, but with the only opportunity coming from a mistake. We say it was end-to-end, and that's when teams get a little bit confused. They don't know if they're attacking anymore. They don't know if they're defending. One thing's for sure, a player should have known that they were third man, shouldn't have gone back high, and it's lost them the entire game. They could have been on match point. They could have been fighting in overtime. But, like you said, game 4 is now a guarantee.
Yeah, certainly so. The Council Sir, who has led and arguably so, and for the most part, I would actually say Rooks themselves has been the better side in terms of what they've been putting on here. Scorch has been relying on quite a lot of ifs, and that's the problem. You can't rely on ifs, and yeah, like, it's one of those games you just go, let's forget about it. You have game 3 here. It's what you're able to produce here, and to be cliche, who wants it, who needs it? That's unfortunately the driving factor here. And Scorch themselves, they've got the least experience in terms of going into this. That's desire. That's unfortunately where desperation lives.
Both teams desperate here in the lower bracket, of course. If they lose this series, that is the season over, and if they win, just gives them that spot in playoff. Still only on 1 life, and Spooks an opportunity to get the early goal. Gets lucky to get the second chance here. That one went way too wide. It was completely open, and takes the chance to get no fail of the playoff. Instead, goes 1-0 ahead. Maybe, Daddy, do you think we can still submit it? Do you think we can still submit it?
Yeah, for the defender. I'm sorry here, but no, as many people would sit here and out there, I don't care how many times you have the shots on target, the defender has to have the ability to read it.
Yeah, I think you've got a fair point there. We saw someone coming off the backboard that allowed that second chance for Spooks there with the misread, and of course no one was back for that follow-up shot. Have to expect that the first player has to get there first, and in this elite here, not be making mistakes. The past 2 goals from Scorch coming from a Rooks error now. Rooks need to get themselves back into shape, and more importantly now, need to find themselves a goal.
The back wall demo by Rooks here. Spooks is up, and that's a mistake here. Friday to cover. There'll be a soft toss off the wall, but side's actually banging. That's a good bump. Allows options to move down here. Friday is asking a lot here from the youngster. How many times we've been in this situation here, and yes, booting it long, banging it is, you know, a good faithful way off it, but it's control. It's the deliberate play of the action that you have to look forward to, and Friday's main play there, unfortunately, cost Scorch maybe a goal scoring opportunity there.
And talking of goal scoring opportunities, I think Rooks had another chance there. It's a double commit here though from Scorch, which can, what you were talking about before, I think had the opportunity to just keep the ball close, maybe try to rush it just that bit too much. I know they saw Sass on the left wall, but that's a player ready to close them down. The press from the Scorch defense has been pretty good, but then when they get control of the ball, it just boom, 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 boom. Both teams maintaining the pressure here.
Certainly shows, and this isn't unfortunately children's TV. Basil Brush hasn't come on out here, but will it be a foxy leg play here as Spooks required to defend it? He goes up, still beaten, and Friday heals himself onto that one. Sadly, no thunder in terms of a goal explosion. The tie at 1-1 as Echo once more throwing himself at the one, is followed through, and Dan and Spooks commit. And again, my former captain has a go here.
Oh, and Sash tried to get the corner read. Doesn't manage it, causes enough pressure, however, to get the follow-up on the ball, and they equalise. That could have been incredible. Spooks just plays it straight to him, however, you need to play that more on the wall towards that corner. The second chance again has been delivered, which is funny enough, having Spooks involved with both plays.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give a good friend here slight bang onto that one, because you have Friday at the near post. It's a quick com, and when you're playing at that space, you have to be faster. Unfortunately, it's a communication error outright, and that's what cost it. Spooks here now trying to grab the goal back on the other end here, into the middle. Aiko's there, but Friday once again runs all the way back here. It's again the positional awareness, and that's, oh, this is meant to be the elite here, and I played in it too, and I could talk, to be fair.
Well, he did manage to get this far into the round two. You come out victorious, and you think you would have if maybe you got this side of the bracket?
I think with a different team, potentially so. But as that one moves on in, Neko himself here, the Norwegian sub, who has stood up time and time again to prove himself valuable to be picked up for future seasons, has a tight angle. And look at the GM is sitting there going, that's my boy.
That is such a tough angle to work with, the speed at which they had to keep themselves going and to read the play that far. Now that is the elite division. That is more what I want to see from this series. Scorch, go back ahead. This time, it's off their own accord.
Friday pops it up, demo with Spooks here. Friday has options, and Spooks should be considering, he should have considered the shot himself there. Too much space. And just like that, that's being caught in the headlights in a situation where you have to make that split decision, but it wasn't split. He had time to make the read. He had time to make that decision off the wall here. And another demo, and Spooks is bringing out his ERS campaign over near enough 100 demos to make sure his team try to get to the playoffs. He's trying to make sure that there's not a living body in, unfortunately, the grey, the Sir of Councils, nor the Sir of Death at the point.
And I want to give more credit to Aiko with a very clutch save in that position, keeping his team into the game. They've now got 47 seconds to try and get a goal and try and push this team to an overtime double commit here, which is going to lower their boost counts just that bit more, and that could make all the difference here with 35 seconds now left. 10 seconds past is going very, very quickly. I think Brett's got to feel a bit worried now. They've got to get that other gear hit and back into defense. Saturday, once again, playing that booming ball, at least managing to find a teammate, but Dan can't get the ball anywhere important here. And Scorch look more likely to get a third than Brooks do to get an equaliser.
And on seconds to find out that particular question, it may have an answer already. And again, the MVP of the last series, that was no more than about 30 minutes ago on your screen. He sat there and said, everybody pay attention to me. I'm a name to remember for the future. 3-1 Scorch, but 2-1 in the series.
And it's a performance you certainly won't forget. Especially if Scorch go on to win this series, but the job's not finished yet.
Oh.
And some words for the centre Brooks leading into the next game, saying, look, we're going to keep this performance, we're going to shut it down in game number 4.
And with that, timeout has been called by Rooks. My former captain sat there and said, and move into it. And everybody is sitting and looking and salivating at what Scorch is. They see the beauty of Spooks. Normally, it is his face that gets the attention. It's his gameplay that's doing the talking tonight. But credit has to be given to Friday. But it is the youngster, the youngest player, probably from my memory, in this play-ins, in the playoffs as a whole. Nico, with one massive performance, stepping up here. And you know what? Scorch has to give a big thank you to him.
Well, we have a player to watch perhaps in future seasons if they are as young as you're suggesting they are. But look, we've got a timeout being called. The team now has 2 minutes past the regular 60 seconds you get on post-game to try and say some words, mix things up. And Danny Boy, I know you're a very opinionated person, let's say. You'll let your teammates know. Oh, okay. We'll see what the chat has to say about that. But what would you be saying to your teammates here on Rooks leading into game number 4?
Calm down, forget about it, and don't worry about it. Just focus on this one. Oh, we're getting flashbacks here. I don't want to talk about it. No, at this situation here, you just simply say, Pegasus here, you just go for it. Play smart, play safe, play responsible for the first minute. They have to be the ones that put you out of the tournament. They've got to be the ones that at least score once here. So, do you know what? Let them make the mistake. Simple as that.
We have seen mistakes throughout the series, so I don't think it really is a bad thing to play for. If you play safe, you don't concede. I think defense could certainly win you the next game and certainly the entire series. But Scorch do have Spooks as a player, captain, player, coach. What can't he do, honestly? And they'll also be having words. This 3 minutes is also for them.
Yeah, what can't he do? I think Cook is one thing, to be fair. Nah, it's not fair on me. Hurley's actually quite decent at that. But thankfully, he doesn't have to sit there and worry about a recipe or anything else. He's just got to focus on the gameplay in Pegasus. Look, we've been respectively over in RSC and the RS in 2 grand finals. We've reached that sort of pinnacle here. So I'm actually going to throw you the question on the other side here. What is the campaign worth? What is it getting these victories all about here? Because that's what they're trying to do here.
Look, RSC is a community league, it's a draft league, it's throwing together a collection of people who you perhaps would have not met before you applied for this tournament, coming together, making some friends, and at the end of the day, Danny, winning some trophies and getting those partnerships that will last, seasons of RSC and in other tournaments.
Well, potentially we will be seeing other tournaments and victories here. I'm just waiting for confirmation for the timeout to be done. It should actually be quite a few seconds away. If not, this is the moment here where everything has come to play. And just like that, Rooks, Scorch, is it simply a game 5 written all over it?
Well, you were speaking about Spooks' cooking. I hope they got themselves something with a bit of energy in it. They went to game 5 in round 1. Round 2, I don't think they'll be looking for it now. They are ahead. They are on match point. All players now joining the lobby. Will this be the final stand for Rooks? Or can they keep kicking and screaming and push Scorch to another game 5?
Do these players fear? Do these players have the metal? Or will they simply crumble? These are the type of situations here where you love to have the advantage, but when you're playing from down, you have freedom, and Spooks will get that one away. It could have been Rooks up 1-0 from the immediate response, a double commit here. They had done that before in big matches. They had done it quite literally in a game 5 scenario here. It's Friday off the back of no idea what's going on as the demo removes him, and it is Nasty and Spooks. They could have been potentially teammates at one point in the history of the 2 respective leads here, and that there should have been Rooks up by 1, if not by 2.
And the Rooks, they're already looking so fiery. All 3 players throwing themselves out the ball, but they've got to remain disciplined. Overcommits have led to goals this series, and you do not want it when you're in a one-life situation, and it's not one life just for this game, just for this series. It's their entire tournament, and they're defending again against Scorch. Spooks, open in the air, no one challenging, can't get it on target. Ico with a touch, it doesn't get it out of danger. Stack is forced to clean it up in the corners. Still safe for both teams now. Scorch again on an opportunity. Spooks having to beat Dan there, and we're already seeing a much faster game.
Well, they're
playing with pace here, you would actually fancy Scorch naturally to be the better of the two sides if they're going to play speed here. But game one was a different scenario. That was 4-3 in favour of the Roots, and one mistake in the second. Scorch led, and the series then tipped on its turn no more than a few moments ago. 4-1, and again they sit deep here, and Friday backs away here. The youngster upfield here, back it goes, no awkward defensive touch into the corner. Spooks read it, tries to lay it off to Friday, but he wasn't ready to read the play here. I go, and it will be a defensive touch off the push and ball there, and it will be what can only be described as a scrappy affair.
And it's really well defended, and it wasn't over. The ball trickling across the Scorch net, no one there able to tap it away. And how have we not seen a goal yet from Brooks? They've had so many opportunities, and this is two teams. They've shared a conference. They've had opportunities to play each other. There's been so much drama. Will this be the end of the story? Another opportunity not being put away. Two, in fact, within those 5 seconds. That time, it should be Scorch leading the scoreline. Oh
Could have
my
been.
God, Danny. Oh my
Could
word.
have been. Would have been. All the teams were mocking my shooting, but yet one of the top goal scorers of the respective league itself here. And I'm sitting here wondering how that one didn't go in. We're all wondering this. We're all wondering what the next 2 minutes will contain. It's Friday, moves upfield here. Nobody getting a real convincing touch, but still in the third of Scorch here. A block it goes, and what could have been a goal scorer defends for his life here. He wants to grab the win. Who needs it? Who wants it? Who shall show what is required here? 1 minute and about 30 odd seconds, and it will be, of course, Scorch to defend again.
And Scorch, they have been defending almost this entire game. They've had these rare few opportunities where Brooks have made mistakes. They've left these open opportunities. If you're going to play this defensive team, you're just going to put the ball into the back of the net, and Spooks delivers.
You just sit there. For the first time in his competitive career, he never reached a playoff. He never reached the play-ins. He was off by about 0.06% in ERS. He wanted to have it more. He required a bit of Arnie's assistance to get into the scenario. He had, unfortunately, a damn bit of bad luck against Brooks, and they could have been much higher up in the campaign. They are now literally about 60 odd seconds for him, for Friday, for Nico, for two of them, for their first ever time in their careers to reach a playoff when they have veterans on the other side of the pitch here. Friday knows about what winning is. He has to defend, but they have put one in, and my former captain has put it in. Green Phoenix all around on this particular pitch, but unfortunately it's green of envy.
And the job is never easy for Scorch. They got into this position from a 1-goal differential that kept them away from 7th place, just tucked them into play-ins. They went to game 5 in round number 1, and here in game 4 of round number 2, they're back to an equal game. And Nixon had an opportunity, no! Tried to get the duty kick, couldn't get the right connection, and Brooks again stay alive.
And I go, one defensive touch passed over, that's on target, should be, it is at this level. A defensive clear, pushed up here with a 100 boost into the middle here. Friday playing into a bit of space here, trying to give Scorch some breathing time on the offensive side, but it is Stan running down here, so's the clock likewise, 20 odd seconds, the likelihood it shall be OT here, but the Swede gets it downfield, the Englishman up into the air. Will it be God save the King, or has the King left?
Dan has an opportunity to keep the ball high. Aiko wants it. Is there an open there? Friday is behind. Sasuke just wants to punch it down, get it out of danger. Why is Spooks bang that ball? It can make it too dangerous. Oh my word. Daddy, my heart rate is up, but the job's not finished.
Well, unfortunately, that's their job to deal with it. Ours to sit here and watch the viewers potentially entertain, and Friday the GOAT himself, the mean, who has been stirring the pot in this particular tier, the conference as well, saying that it's all his, but these two want to sit and prove him wrong. Dan demoed, gone. Aiko and Friday had their particular squabble. It will be Aiko once more. Sits down there, a defensive push with Spooks. He has got it forward here, and there is only one player here in the Scorch's final third. Past Friday, is somebody back in time? The captain is, and the shot by the Swede. So unfortunately, put in the unkindest of words, pathetic in the situation.
And Aiko has boost to create something, scoots up fast, blocks the ball, prevents it from pushing too far out from this midfield. That shot, an easy clean-up. How nice for now. The super sub, another opportunity to create some magic, do something special for this Scorch side. There we go! Your hero, your super sub, and it's Spooks who's credited with the assist. And it's not only with that pass, but getting rid of the defender, Aiko, thrown off the goal line and thrown out of the competition.
A season ago, I sat on this very broadcast when Hazard was on his team, and it was under Green Phoenix once again. They were knocked out by, unfortunately, game differential for the first time in his respective career. Has gone into the playoffs. They will have a battle on Sunday. They will have a chance for the elite tier, maybe a championship to win here. Naiko for his first time here, the youngest player in history in some time. He is into it, and respectively, the 26-year-old, the admin, Friday, has gone. This is huge. This is a massive statement for them. Unfortunately for Rooks themselves, gone. Bye-bye.
Well, what a signing with Friday. What a substitute with Nexo. And what a captain and coach with Spooks. You can say such good things about all three of these Scorch players who have earned their way now into the playoffs. Initially, they win those game ones, those game twos, they really were not looking all that strong, but they have impressed me there in game number 4, because they're going to have to go on and they're going to have to fight Renai or Vanguard's points. For the same scenario, you lose a series, you're kicked out.
Just to clarify, a second back-to-back MVP for the man from Norway who has stepped in the Green Phoenix. It was a different roster a long time ago, moves in and has his opportunity to show what is capable of. He has made his statement. The rest of Scorch has made theirs. The rest of the entire elites, they are not done here. There is still a series to be played out, of course. But my word, we had some fabulous series, but unfortunately, that is for Scorch's situation here, not the final move.
And we have to say goodbye to Rooks now. They placed fairly highly. I believe it was 4th in their conference. They got themselves here into the play-ins and were unfortunately first surrounded by, I want to say, this up-and-coming Scorch side who, if you're looking for a fairy tale run, this is your team to watch. But fair play to all 6 players who played today, and of course thank you to lovely Danny Boy for covering these first 2 streams today.
Thank you very much as well, and with that being said, we might as well wrap up here and let the 2 upper sides have their particular chance to say here. But from us here in the booth, see you soon.
That we all live broken lives. We all live broken lives. We believe in lies so we can relax for a little bit. We close our eyes so we can see what we want to see. Ignorance is bliss. We can miss what we want to miss until it's too late to turn around and pick up all the pieces. Ignorance is bliss. Sometimes the truth is sitting in plain view. It's camouflage with no intention. What if up is down and black is white, and nothing says it seems? Don't we really wanna know how far up this really goes? Or are we comfy in our seat? Do we keep sinking into a deeper sleep? To be stuck inside a dream. We believe in lies so we can relax for a little bit. We close our eyes so we can see what we want darkness blind us. Carry on, we'll be the ones that pull the stars down to us. Stay strong, keep moving, can't let the darkness blind us. Carry on, we'll be the ones that pull the stars down to us. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night and never close my eyes? I'll never close my lone wolf. I was running by myself. I don't want anybody else. I'm solo. Being on my own was easy. Thought that I was all I needed, but no. Then something changed. Something hit me in the face. I can't get you on my brain. And I know this sounds insane. Thinking about you every night, like an addict on a high. I can't come down. Cross my heart and hope to die. I swear to God I'll make you mine. I'd go through hell to have you. You are the fire I can't lose. You could burn my flames, I would take the pain. I'd go through hell to have you. I'd go through hell to have you. I'd lie for you, die for you. Take a bullet and I wouldn't think twice for you. Ain't nothing right now that I wouldn't do. You know it's true, you know it's true. Oh, I was so cynical, but now I never wanna let you go. My whole life changed. Something hit me in the face. I can't get you out my brain. And I know this sounds insane. I'd go through hell to have you. You are the fire I can't lose. You could burn my flames, I would take the pain. I'd go through hell to have you. I'd go through hell to have you. You are the fire I can't lose. You could burn my veins, I would take the pain. I'd go through hell to have you. I'd go through hell to have you. Cross my heart and hope to die. I swear to God I'll make you mine. I'd go through hell to have you. You are the fire I can't lose. You could burn my veins, I would take the pain. I'd go through hell to have you. I'd go through hell to have you. I'd go through hell to have you. Hell to have you. I'd go through.
gentlemen, welcome back to the RSC Elite Play-ins now. We've seen teams fighting to get that playoff spot. These two teams already guaranteed how many lives they get in the playoffs. All depends on this best of 5. And we've had a bit of a substitution here in the casting booth. Say goodbye to Danny Boy and say hello to Aaron.
Hello, hello. Unfortunately, Danny Boy had to leave us, but fortunately, I'm here to help you guys get entertained a little bit more this Friday night. Hope you all have enjoyed your work week or your school week, whatever it is. But today and tonight is elite time.
And it's two very, very strong sides, as expected when you go into this upper bracket. We have Renai versus Vanguards, two teams undefeated in their last 5, which is, as far as I can see on the database, albeit Vanguard having 3 draws and Renai only having 1. So despite these two teams not knowing how to lose, one certainly knows how to win, which will feed into my predictions later. A little bit of a spoiler.
Okay. I enjoy it, but why not head right into the predictions, shall we?
Fine. I'll start it off here because if any of you are avid watchers of RS Cast, I've already done my prediction for this upper bracket and there's been no previous games for me to change my mind. I'm going to go for the team that has only gotten 1 draw in their last 5. It's Renai. I've seen Mr. Frank speak quite a lot on Twitter about how he backs himself and his boys, and I'm all the same, so it's going to be a 3-1 win for Renai.
Oh yeah, good prediction. I want to agree with you almost fully here, but I'm going for the 3-2 for Renai here. Just because I think Vanguards today are going to play very well, but against the second place team in the other conference, I think they're a little bit more stronger today. And game 5 Champions Field is going to be ended at, I think.
Yeah, I believe this can be a very close game. I mean, I say it's going to go to game 4 and not game 5. I don't think he'll do it all justice. These are going to be some tight scorelines. It's going to be some good games. It's going to be some good Rocket League. And I'm getting a bit impatient. I'm excited for the upcoming match, so I'm just going to give the players the go. Aaron, let's get straight into this.
Yeah, let's get straight into it indeed. Can't wait till the kickoff is going to start. One more player needs to load in. I'm not sure if you noticed this, and he's in. Yes, kickoff about to start off here. 3, 2, 1, and kickoff has started off. Why don't you start us off here?
Well, it's immediately gone into the favour of Vanguard. Has to block a demo from Tomo. Some early chances here, maybe showing up. Shut down by that demo from Link onto roll. And it hasn't quite yet left the Vanguard's half, but we've only just begun. Tomobo trying to make quick work of the counter. Just a bit too wide here. There's still a chance for Link to make something happen if he's not getting slammed by his own teammates.
That's not what you want to do in these matches, but I'm sure there's enough time to recover from that here. But Tomo gets the first shot, but Kassir gets the save there. That was very close, but immediately another shot from the same player, Tomo, but he shoots it on the crossbar. It barely gets it in, but maybe a shot from Ruleback Noodles here, but Bossman Frank gets a save and another shot from Detroit, but Lynx gets a save. After that, Bossman Frank just continue 50 with Kassir. I would say no, Kassir goes up, Lynx blocks it. That's for Detroit, I would say. No, Ruleback Noodles bumps him a little, doesn't get in his way though. He can shoot it, but Ruleback Noodles gets the save.
We're seeing chances for both teams already. The post and the crossbar acting as the 7th and 8th player on the pitch right now. It's surprising we haven't got a goal yet, but here looking to change that a bit. Booming play off the backboard. It's been left open for Robert Noodles to try and get something off. Man, that's quite a poor shot. Had complete time on the ball, an opportunity to think about where he's placing it, and similar to the start of the last series on screen, just feels like hit and ho! And oh my word, it's another shot by Robert Noodles, tries to go for the follow-up, hits the crossbar, and then it's an immediate counter-attack from Renai, who now lead 1-0.
That beautiful goal there by Lynx. Extreme power, 142 kph. I'm not sure if you saw that, but That should be a record of some kind, I'm not sure. But it was indeed a hard shot from Lynx. I'm not sure how he pulled it off, but he did.
Detroit, a quick response, a nice little counter punch brings us back to a close game. Robert Noodles just puts the ball into the danger area. Lynx, a poor touch from him, unable to follow it, had no teammates behind him really to follow it. And, well, was completely beaten to the ball. We're back to an equal game.
Back to an equal game indeed here. And Rubak Noodles kind of passes it to Bossman Frank, but Detroit fully recovers for him. Who goes for a sidewall read, gets the read, just carried to the backboard, but Lynx is there. Now Detroit shoots on the backboard. Tomo can get it out. Kassir now to pass it to Detroit. Good back pass by him. Detroit now goes up. Rubak Noodles demos Bossman Frank a little, but two demos here actually. Leave some open space for Renaya to continue an attack there, but didn't end up happening. Still Lynx on the ball, misses the ball. That's for Kassir to go up, goes over Bossman Frank. Detroit with the shot, and the slow defense of Renaya immediately countered attack off, and beautiful goal.
And Lynx simply didn't get the touch they wanted. It was too heavy from completely out of their control to the other side, and feels like a common theme so far where Renai have an opportunity to keep control of the ball, and whether it's a mechanical error or just a complete misreading of the play, giving goals to this Vanguard team, and they've got the upper hand now. Renai have to respond.
Oh yeah, I mean they've got the first goal, and now conceding 2 goals after that is gonna hurt in some kind of way. But yeah, it's play-ins. No, are they both qualled already? But this is just gonna decide who's on the upper and the lower bracket there. But a shot from Rubak Noodles. It gets saved by Bossman Frank. Actually, a flick now to maybe get the 2-2 there, but not even close. Tomo there. Bossman Frank, that's a little too close. That's closer than the other flick. But Detroit gets the save. Kassir now just continue. Lynx gets in front of the goal. Rubak Noodles gets out.
And it's like you just said, yes, both teams have qualified to playoffs, both currently on 2 lives. It's an opportunity now for one team to throw someone onto the lower bracket where the run becomes just that bit more difficult. Kassir, an opportunity to slot this first game away. The same to be said about Robert Noodles. That's got to be a goal, but immediately countered. The space opened up for Renai, who have to put these balls away. Wasted opportunities from both teams.
Both teams indeed could have scored there, but not the case here. And so 1 minute to decide who's going to win this game. Rubak Noodles gets it to the side, tries to get another touch, can't get it. Tomo gets the shot though, but Kassir saves it. I want to see a counter attack. Are we going to get it? Yes, Detroit has to set one up, but Bossman Frank is there. Rubak Noodles now just to continue, just to 50. Lynx wins it. Kassir now to the sidewall, just to get it in the middle, gets dunked. Is it in? No time. Lynx has to shoot, but beautiful block by Rubak Noodles here. Bossman Frank has to shoot it. Kassir gets in between that. Can he continue? Just a dunk. Tomo doesn't work. The counter attack for them now. Rubak Noodles stops that in his tracks.
Renai, a bit of a heavy touch once again in the midfield, looking to give away possession, and that boomer certainly isn't going to help, especially if Noodles can get that corner boost. He does. Unable to do anything with it, maybe saving it for later, especially if Detroit is going to put it on the plate for him. Another goal just to put this game to bed, and I think we can say with much confidence that Fort Temple Vanguard will start this series ahead.
Oh yeah, indeed here. I mean, 8 seconds left. You could argue maybe there's some time, but come on now. Not realistic here. They have lost the first game. They got to be looking at the second game now, and yeah, I'm not sure what they can do here. I'm not sure if you wanna agree with this. Agree with me here. I'm pretty sure these 2 teams are pretty much neck on neck.
Yeah, it was a very close game. Both teams having their chances. The difference was one team was just putting it away a little bit more than the other. So many opportunities for Renai to score. Same could be said for Vanguard. The shooting percentages simply not there. I don't think it was even that impressive defensively. And we're seeing again people just booming the ball into the other half, not keeping the possession, giving the other side too many chances, and That was my biggest takeaway from that game. You're giving the opposing team way too much opportunity.
Yeah, indeed. I must fully completely agree with you. I mean, both teams are doing their best to try to get an offensive setup, but immediately when it comes to that, when it comes to the other side attacking, they're a little bit more cautious while the other team immediately tries to counter attack that. And yeah, I mean, the counter attacks are just on point for both teams, and I think both these teams are pretty much counter attack teams, and it's nice to see both these teams kind of clashing onto each other with the same playstyle.
And it's certainly been an entertaining one. 12 shots for both sides, like you said. Feeling very, very close. Any results could come out of this. But it's attacking Rocket League. I think it's what the spectators like to see. And of course, there are some personalities on the pitch that up the hype that a little bit more. But we're in game number 2. Renai have to strike back quickly. They started that first game ahead, but Vanguard, they took it all back into their hands, and now they're the ones with the upper hand. An early opportunity here from Busman Frank, but straight onto Kajir's car. Tomo, with patience on the ball here, pops it high, doesn't waste too much food, you know, they're getting beat. Opportunity to shoot here from Lynx, maybe a 50 as well, and a double commit from Vanguard. It's almost like first match nerves, but they're happening in game 2.
Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah, look, just like that, Bossman Frank just bangs into the Troy without any patience. And just like this, bangs on the backboard. That's actually a nice chance for Lynx to shoot. But Detroit gets the easy save there. Detroit tries to continue now. Now Bossman Frank.
Beat myself too much, but it's another opportunity when you think Renai gotta be putting that away. Vanguard, it's a bit disorganized in defense. Plenty of double commits, clearances that certainly weren't the best. Completely playing in Renai's hand, and they're not scoring when the opposing team is making it much easier for them. Who's to say that if Vanguard's managed to go up a gear, Renai will be able to fight that?
Yeah. I mean, I think I want to throw you under the bus here. I want to ask you the question: do you think Renai is going to win the second game? That's your answer. Almost. Kasir gets the same.
I'd have to say yes. I think Vanguards are giving them way too many chances. I mean, they're yet to have a goal. It's just constant boom ball. The third man of Renai, I think, has actually positioned themselves very well. It's just when they're on the ball, I don't think they've been as strong as they could be. Especially with the elite players there, high class, high TMDs, high MMRs, and you want that a little bit more from them. But I mean, have Vanguards really shown me anything they can even score a goal this game?
Yeah, I mean, 0 shots here, only on the saves, 4 saves, 2 each. I mean, it's I mean, if you look at the shots of Renai, it's 4 shots and 4 saves, so that means they had to save every single shot, and that's not looking good. So yeah, I think I must completely agree with you here. I don't think they're gonna score here, but there's 2 minutes 30 to prove us wrong here.
Of course, mistakes happen, and it only takes one counter-attack and an opportunity for Vanguard to get their first shot on net. Tomo completely denying that, even getting the demo, trying to open up this defense just by a little bit more. Robert Noodles falling in what might actually be quite a helpful position if they can get the follow-up. It's a good bump from Lynx, just getting rid of all the time they had to try and place it on target. There are 2 players very far forward. Detroit does well to get a touch on the ball, had so much boost to keep that ball close, but it's a similar issue again, booming it forward, and Renai now look to have that bit of control.
No double commit there, but yeah, I think what's going on in their heads right now, I think they're seeing 0 shots on the scoreboard there, and they're gonna be like, ooh, can we even come close this match? And I'm sure they can here, because I think Renai is at the moment a little falling back a little. Ruback Noodles tried to set up a double tap just a couple of seconds ago, but Lynx there got beautifully in between that. So I think the defense is already sealed up for Renai, and I think Renai are going to win this one. But Maybe a denial, Detroit gets a shot, but immediate counter-attack, maybe to get set up by Lynx here, because here gets in between that. Bossman Frank has an open shot, but Rubak Noodles jumps in front of that. Tomo now gets it in the middle, Kassir gets it to Rubak now gets it in the middle for Detroit to shoot, but that's barely a shot, but that's a shot, I can call you one. And that's another one maybe perhaps, but off the crossbar.
And that is more what I want to see. Vanguard stepped up in these 30 seconds, and again another opportunity here. And look at the composure of Tomo, waits in the perfect position, doesn't waste his time flipping and getting out of the way. Stays so nice and calm when Vanguard looked like they had the better of them. Now this is more of the match we wanted, more of the match we were promised here in the upper bracket. Detroit has to prevent a shot on there, maybe can get a follow-up here. Doesn't beat Bossman Frank, it's a clean 50-50, and another one's going to be required. This midfield game going to be the difference maker now. Tomo, I'm sure he'll beat into that ball and go quite confidently to Robert Noodles and Frank. I don't think has enough boost for the follow-up. Detroit still plays its way into his hands. Will we see an overtime?
Oh!
Or will we see rollback Noodles shut it down in the final 10 seconds? It was a weak start for Vanguard. You could see them slowly picking it up in this final minute, and there's your reward. 8 seconds left. Renai have to win this kickoff if they want to take it to overtime. If they don't want to give this opposing team that match point situation and risk getting swept.
Oh, that's done. Yeah, double tap. Why not do a beautiful double tap by Rubak Noodles to completely put the opponent to sleep here. Like, come on. Renai, you had to score a lot of shots here, and then Vanguard to bounce back with 8 shots. I would say 8 shots.
Wow.
You're getting absolutely demolished by your opponent.
And that was a statement goal to end it off, saying we have got all the momentum now and we'll score in 0 seconds. Just to let you know that when we get into game number 3, it is not over. We didn't get just one lucky goal to win that game. We earned it, and we're going to do it again. And Renai now face the risk of getting swept.
Face the risk of getting swept indeed here. But we must put into the card as well here. Renai here are going to be looking for a reverse sweep here. I would argue the most hardest thing to do as a player in Rocket League.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
come on. These Bossman Frank, if you've seen his tweets, I'm pretty sure he's too confident to do it.
And I mean, Frank in himself has actually been playing decently. I think all the Renai players actually have been playing okay, but okay isn't good enough in the upper bracket of the elite playoffs. You need to be at that other level, and Vanguards have just been that little bit better so far. And also, if you're winning this series, you have to go on and play, I believe it's Obscurity. Favorites to take the entire thing. So both teams, I think, need to show that a little bit more. And what better opportunity it is for both teams. Renai trying to claw back, and Vanguard trying to get himself a sweep.
Yeah, reverse sweep might be on the cards here. That might have a long night ahead here. And I'm pretty sure the long night ahead is happening if Renai can even bounce back, because this Vanguard team is on fire. Maybe a goal here, maybe, but Detroit doesn't get the shot on that he wants. And now Vanguard in the middle. Renai. Rubak gets it in the middle for
You've got to be scoring now. You will simply face the consequences. And that time is a quick counter from Renai. They are ahead. We've seen this before, however. Vanguards were able to fight back. But, you know, Renai, they've been given a second chance. They've been given now a third chance. And this will be the final one. No more now. They risk going into the lower bracket to face that Scorch side, but we're looking so strong down here on the screen. And Kassir doing it again for Vanguard. They get back into the game in extraordinary fashion. What an angle, what a goal. All 3 defenders were on the goal line. It's not enough to stop Kassir.
Oh, what a goal there. What a mirror. And yeah, I mean, come on now. Renai are done for immediately. I mean, they got a lucky goal there. And now to immediately concede a goal right after that, come on, it's done. And maybe a second one perhaps in a really lucky fashion way for them, but yeah, I don't think Renai stand a single chance of even winning a game here. Their Vanguards is on fire.
Well, Renai will have some words to say about that. They find the ball in the opposing half again. That's a great challenge by Tomo. That's astonishing. Oh, how has he recovered this? It's an even tougher angle. He has shown Kazir who's boss, and once again Renai lead.
I don't know if we're watching the same game here, but it was looking like the Vanguards were completely winning this one, and now they're turning it around, already back in the lead here. Let's see if Vanguards can bounce back from this. Yes, they can. No, they can't. Stopped by Tomo on the goal line. Now maybe another chance here. Detroit goes up, but gets beat by Tomo. Tomo tries to set up a counter attack. Is here now. Finish it off. Boss Van Frank to continue with Boss Van Frank. 50 gets played out by Kassir. Now links to 50 on the backboard, but Rubak Noodles there to stop it, but he can't get a touch on it. Detroit now to get it out. 50 with Boss Van Frank. Boss Van Frank tries to continue with. Can't go after the ball. Tomo can though. Doesn't try to 50 Kassir for some reason, so that's another attack. Detroit gets on the backboard, but Boss Van Frank, beautiful backboard block there.
Vanguard fighting from behind. Rejuvenated Renai roster. Strong, had a bit of still a bit of a sign of this doomable play style, the grind block play style, like Danny Boy called it in the previous series. I need to see just a little bit more from Vanguards now, but let Renai have the ball, have the pressure for a little bit too long, even if there are no shots being thrown forward. They certainly had the possession.
Oh, they certainly did, and yeah, I mean, Renai here are looking at a 2 shots, 2 goal ratio here, and Tomo, I don't want to say yet, but has Lynx and Bossman Frank in his backpack here.
Yeah, I think you've said it quite well. Those one-to-one matchups make the difference, and Detroit trying to put it on target actually is blocked by his own teammate. All 3 players committed for this ball, and the difference in scoreline has been doubled. They tried to go all in. I think they lost that discipline. There were 2 minutes left in this game. There was absolutely no reason to do that. And they've made this job that bit harder, and I'm starting to lose faith.
Oh yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the series I said it's done for Renai here, but Renai are obviously not done here, and I think if they can keep this up, they might be looking at a reverse sweep here. Because I like to see that if you're on a 2-0 match point, and then the other opponent lose or wins your match point game, I would always like to see a reverse sweep happen. The most heartbreak thing in Rocket League, don't get me wrong, but I like to see it.
Well, the hardest thing to do in a competitive series is a reverse sweep. The second hardest is to close the series, and this is something that Vanguards seem to be struggling with right now, and I don't think it's complacency. I don't think it's any of that. I just think Renai have gone up a level here, and Vanguard's issues, which didn't seem as important when the other team was struggling, are now proving to be pivotal. They're not scoring those open nets. They're overcommitting that bit too much, and now Renai are just in much better form to punish it, but Vanguards respond very well within the last 15 seconds. It was constant shots on net. It was a similar story where they weren't able to put it away, but it was great pressure, and they're hoping that it is more than just consolation.
Oh, I mean, let's be fair here. It's gonna be more than consolation here. It's 30 seconds, and there's your answer. Oh no, it's not yet there. Rubak Noodles doesn't get the shot that he wants. Detroit misses, and that's gonna be a goal for Renai. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a goal for Renai. Yes, no. Rubak Noodles gets a stop on that. Now Kassir gets in the middle for Detroit to get the equalizer. Equalizer on his wheels. But the save on Lynx's wheels.
And it's 10 seconds left to go, and it's all in the favor of Renai. They look to be the team more likely to score in this situation, despite it being Vanguard who desperately need it. That's a good forward ball, an even better challenge from Frank. It hits the ground, and the reverse sweep may potentially be on the table. 2-1 is the series scoreline in the favor of Vanguard.
Oh yeah, Vanguards. I mean, are leading 2-0 like you said, or 2-1, pardon me. And I would say 2-1 is a very scary score to be on. I mean, 2-0 is already very scary, don't get me wrong. It's the second hardest thing to pull off to close the game out, and now to close the game out on 2-1, I would argue is even more harder. But, I mean, I think Renai are going to be taking the next one. I'm going to throw myself under the bus here. I think they're going to win the next one and obviously win the Champions Field because the moment. Let me break myself here. 723 points for Tomo here, doubling Cashier.
And, I've got another interesting stat here. Renai had 3 shots, 2 of them, albeit coming from Vanguard's mistakes, and that was the difference maker. Also, 3 shots for Renai, 3 goals. You can sit in net, you can defend all you like. If your opposing team is going to make 1 too many mistakes, you win the game. Vanguards need to just clean themselves up a bit. I think they need to calm down, not overcomplicate things. So it was the overcomplication that lost them the last series. And also, just put the ball in the back of the net. There were so many shots, not enough goals.
Oh yeah, just put the ball in the back of the net. The best tip you could give to these players, of course, but I don't think they'll listen unless they win this game, which is highly likely for my prediction, but we'll see that as Kashira gets a 50 with Bossman Frank. Let's continue where Bossman Frank gets in. Oh, that's very close, but Ruback Noodles gets it out with counter attack. Detroit gets closer, but Lynx stops this. Lynx now, turtle pass. What a pass! Pinch! Oh! What a goal from the sidewall! Don't get it to your teammate. Beautiful pinch, and it's going 150.
Oh my word! Well, unfortunately, it was a Vanguard player that got involved. I believe it was a Detroit with that team pinch. I'm not even sure if it would have been on target otherwise. But even still, the idea of the infield pass team pinch was ingenious. And I think they did deserve to get a goal from it. Renai once again opening the scoring.
Oh wow. Once again opening the scoring. And well, I mean, do we have the same Cinderella story as last game maybe? I don't know. Perhaps indeed, but the Lynx now just continue, gets in front of the goal, just get a 2-0 here. Bossman Frank commits. Rubeck Noodles and Detroit both commit. Could be fatal, Cashier.
Trying to find Tomo on the right, the 3-time goal scorer in game number 3. Touch the ball here, and that's Kazir now. Looks to be all players forward. Bossman Frank has to get back quick, does a good job to intercept that play. And now they can sit behind as that 50 goes towards the wall, and gives both teams an opportunity to regroup.
But immediately counter-attack, but Rubeck Noodles can't seem to get his goal to get on the backboard. Now Cashier just to get it in front of the goal, but is immediately blocked out by Thomas. Now Lynx, open net, but it's cleared out by Bossman Frank. Cashier now with the 50 with Lynx, but goes in the middle of the Rubeck Noodles with the shot. But beautiful save by Bossman Frank to keep them in the lead here. Maybe a 2-0 here. Beautiful 50 again by Lynx, and I want to comment on something. Lynx's 50s have been on point this whole series.
Oh, and Detroit, very dangerous on the goal line. Hit the ball very high, was forced to try and win a 50, didn't manage it. But if they conceded there, that could have been series over. Vanguard still on the defense, trying to nullify that attack with the demo. Kazir on low boost, Detroit on low boost, Robert Noodles seemingly alone in this offense, and And I do well to clean it up. A nice fake from Tomo. The individual play doesn't end. Finds Lynx on the infield. And the shot too easy for Kazir.
Oh wow, oh wow. I mean, Lynx is absolutely playing on fire. I mean, last game it was Tomo. Now to turn the tables around is Bossman Frank and Lynx to actually play really well here. I think the 50s of Lynx are absolutely beautiful. The plays he's been creating, and Bossman Frank with the, I mean, with the 3 saves, we can argue he's a very good goalkeeper here, but yeah.
Vanguards on the back foot today, the 9. Time to start pushing forward, plan their attack. Is someone on the end of that backboard? There was Lynx. Third man positioned perfectly. Had an opportunity to put it on net, but it bounces off that crossbar, off that backboard there. Rivals from game number 1 return. And now, Rollback Noodles, an opportunity for a redirect. A good save, attack not over. Tomo has to get involved. It's a miss! And Kazir again, punishing this Renai side. If there's someone on the Vanguard team who has consistently clutched up for them and got them back to the equal scoreline, it's been this man.
Oh, indeed, it's been that man, the Polish guy. I'll call him the Polish guy, but the Polish guy, can he get to that? It's not the Polish guy, it's the Dutch guy, the Troy who gets to that. Rollback Noodles now just continue an attack, last minute of the clock, game 5, or will we keep it at game 4 today? Now Kazir gets it to Detroit, Detroit gets a shot off, but Lynx gets it out to Bossman Frank, can he continue? Gets it to Tomo now to the sidewall. Detroit gets it out, but gets it to Lynx again shot, but not a hard shot for Rollback Noodles to get it out. Kazir now gets a shot. That's hard for Frank to save, but not too hard. Frank gets a save.
And Lynx, a brisk infield ball, but luckily pulled well, so Bossman Frank could get on the end of it. Kazir now, lots of space in the air. The backboard's free again. Stop giving him these opportunities because he will capitalize. It's like Robert Lewandowski, he scores 2 in 5 minutes. Bossman Frank unable to prevent that booming ball off the backboard.
Oh wow, what a goal. Robert Lewandowski back at Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona. No, he's at Vanguards here today. Can he get a third one? No, he cannot. Yeah, it's the last 10 seconds. Game 5 dreams are being slowly crushed. But is it still alive? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Triple commit may be leading to some things, but come on. It's still over. Oh, no, it's up.
Boston Frank has to keep it high. They've only got 1 goal here, and I keep the ball
Hey,
up.
hey.
Get it into the other net. And I think that's a fake in the air. And it is game over. No one in the casting booth predicted them to win. But it was a clutch performance from Kazir, who kept them into this series throughout all 4 games. Renai, absolute heartbreak. Game over.
Game over indeed for them, and well, I mean, I'm in pain a little. I wanted to see that game 5. It was very close, but in between that was the big Polish man to get in between that game 5, stopping the Champions Field's gates from opening, and well, he's done a great job. 2 of those most important goals there, the 2 winning goals, getting them the victory in game 4 here. A game 5 denied beautifully by Vanguards, and a 3-1 will do, but we wish both teams very much good luck in the next playoffs tomorrow.
And it's 40 shots to 24 in the favor of Vanguards that series. They had all the strikes on there. They only dropped 1 game, and here we go. Here's your MVP. Is anyone's surprise? 9 shots, 3 goals for Kazir, 2 of which being some insane double taps. And to go alongside that, you have those 8 saves. The shots were few and far between from Renai, but when they did come, they tend to be quite a threat unless you've got Kazir in there. That is your hero. That's the man who will advance you into the upper bracket with 2 lives, and it's who you're going to be looking to put up quite a performance against. I believe it is Obscurity.
Obscurity indeed there, and I mean, well, it's gonna be a hard, pardon me, it's going to be a matchup for them. But I think both teams here should be happy that they're going into the playoffs because come on now, it's like I think Elite is one of the most hardest and closest competition there is with the MMR being so close to each other, and yeah, it's gonna be close in that match. I can guarantee you. But that's all for tomorrow, and this has been unfortunately the last for tonight.
Well, it's actually Sunday for Elite tomorrow. However, we do have a rival playoffs to continue. Who will be a champion? There's only one way to find out, ladies and gentlemen, and that's by following the stream, keeping the notifications on, and tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this stream today. I hope you've enjoyed the play and the casting from myself and Aaron, and of course, streamer Stingray in the background. Let's give him all the credit that he so rightly deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you all tomorrow.
I got this jumping in my mind where I'll be there. I'll be there, smiling with my eyes closed. My words, they get tangled and mixed up. It's hard to